if it's been a minute or possibly 4 years since you've taken a vacation from your agency, you probably are the centerpiece of the business. You're responsible for sales and marketing, and you're responsible, or at least a key piece of fulfillment. If that's the case, no wonder you haven't been able to take a vacation where you've truly been able to disconnect, not check in with any of your team, not check in with your clients. So if that's you, we need to change something. So in this episode, I want to break down 4 things, 4 areas, really the only 4 things that you need to focus on right now in order to position yourself to actually be able to take vacations from your business in a way where you're not actually working on vacation. Let's get it going. For 3 years, my agency built funnels and automation systems for the biggest names in marketing today. Since then, I've transformed that agency into a hyper-profitable training and consulting business. While everyone is out there talking about scale like it's some sort of destination, we'll be asking the real question. How do you transform your business into a more scalable model using the knowledge, skills, and expertise that you already have? This podcast is here to give you the answer. Join me and follow along as I learn, apply, and share the strategies I'm using to build my multi-million-dollar business. My name is Greg Hickman, and welcome to Scalable. What's good, everybody? Welcome back. And like I said, in this episode, I want to talk about the things that you should be focused on if you want to actually be able to take a vacation. And this comes at a really interesting time because I just got back from a vacation, 7 days. I went to the beach with my family, met up with my parents, my sister. My son got to play around with his cousins that he hasn't seen in a while since really he was 6 months old the last time they actually met. And so they got to run around the beach and have a great time. And the great thing is I didn't have to work. I didn't take any calls. I didn't really check any email. I didn't have to do anything. And the business continued to grow. The business continued to get new leads, get qualified sales appointments on our calendar, and our clients continued to get the service and the results and the support that they need to move forward based on what we've offered them. So if you can't step away from your business, there's certain areas that we obviously need to focus on. And so why I said this was interesting was because I had just come back from this vacation and I had a conversation with a prospect yesterday who is very talented at what she does, and she has projects that average really around 10 to 15K, works with a lot of different types of manufacturing businesses, helping them really get clear on their numbers so that they can make educated investments in hiring and growing their business and actually know if their business is healthy or not. And usually her front-end programs turn into ongoing training and retainers. So she has a really great model. The problem is she is the business. And when I asked her, growing your business and having these systems in place, what does that really change for you? And she said, well, I'd get to actually take a vacation. And I said, oh, well, when was the last time you took a vacation? And she said, 4 years ago. 4 years ago is crazy. The fact that she hasn't taken a vacation in 4 years, and maybe this is you, and you've maybe gone on vacation, but you were really actually working. And I remember this very clearly because it wasn't too many years ago where this very same annual beach trip that I just got back from, I would go to with my family. And while we're out on the beach, I'd run back from the beach to the house that we rented, and I would take client calls, and I would do work, and I would be taking care of clients and having calls with team. And I was very much not present on vacation, and I might as well have just been working. And needless to say, that doesn't go over well with my family, doesn't go over well with my wife. And now that I have a kid, that's just not even something that I want to be doing. So this is partly why our mission is to help systematize and automate and help our clients really create the hybrid agency, something that is equally profitable to online courses, but also helps deliver the clients the results of done-for-you services. And there is this middle ground where we start to productize your service and you start to position yourself to create the systems that are needed to actually go on that vacation where it's not really a workcation. You know what I mean? So what I want to share with you is what I shared with this prospect, really 4 things that you need to be focused on. And the funny thing is these 4 things that you need to focus on that will obviously position you to take that vacation are really the same 4 things that are going to help remove you as the bottleneck that will also allow your business to explode in both revenue and profitability, and the time that you have as the owner to focus working on your business and growing the team and spending more time doing the things that you love. In many ways, when you have these systems, you'll be able to make more while working less. So if that sounds good, let's jump in to the 4 areas that you should focus on. So the first area that we need to focus on is to replace yourself in fulfillment. Now, the challenge here is that for many of you watching, your fulfillment is unique every single time. So client A comes in, they get result A. Client B comes in, they get result B. And every single client is like starting from scratch. And what that really prevents you from doing is creating systems and a process that will allow you to remove yourself so that someone else on your team and or systems or things like that can help your clients get to the results without you being the bottleneck to that result. So this is why I say replace yourself in fulfillment first, not sales, not getting more leads, because for many of you, when you stop selling and marketing, it's because you got a new project. So you go into fulfillment. And once you come out of fulfillment, you jump back into sales and marketing. And so if you can remove yourself from fulfillment, that means you can focus more on sales and marketing, right? Continue to increase the number of opportunities in your pipeline that will allow you to generate the revenue that is above the current ceiling or the cap that you have. So what do we need to do to replace yourself in fulfillment? There's a few things. First, if your product or your solution or your service is unique every single time, we need to narrow down the deliverables. And I've talked about this in plenty of other episodes. I'll link a handful of them up below about how to productize your service, all of that stuff. So once you remove yourself from fulfillment, right, that means if you were to go on vacation, the current clients that you're working on will continue to get the support and the service that they had been paying for. Thus, and really what I mean by that is when you go on vacation, your clients and the support that they get doesn't also go on vacation. You know what I mean? So if you have a client project that's 3 months and you take a week off and they're looking for you for that week, that's kind of difficult, which is what most agency owners I see often are struggling with and what prevents them from growing. So how do we remove ourselves from fulfillment outside of narrowing our deliverables, aka productizing or introducing the hybrid agency that we teach our clients? It comes with hiring people, right? But right now for you, hiring people has been challenging because you need high-paid experts that cost a lot of money because you need them to be able to handle a variety of scenarios because right now, like we said, every single client is unique. But when you narrow down your deliverables and you sell an outcome instead of labor, you sell a result instead of labor, you position yourself to bring in people that can follow a process and a system, your proprietary process to get your clients from problem to result. So now you start plugging in the right people in the right seats within that process, and it allows you to go on that vacation where you don't necessarily need to check in with your team, but your team knows what they need to do in order to get the clients the results. Make sense? So the next thing we need to focus on is automate your lead generation and your nurture. So in a previous episode, we talked about the 5 core functions of a business: lead generation, lead nurture, sales, fulfillment, and then retention, resell, and upsell. Those are the 5 core functions, all right? So we've already talked about removing ourselves from fulfillment, so that's one key area. The next piece is jumping over the sales, which I'll come back to, into lead generation and lead nurture. Now, the reason I say automate this is because typically if you're getting started in your agency or you're between kind of like $10,000 and $30,000 a month in revenue, usually under $50K a month, you're still probably, as the owner, the primary salesperson, or at least involved in a lot of the sales conversations. So removing you from the sales conversations is going to be a little bit more complicated than removing you from, say, the lead generation and the lead nurture. This is where we actually start to harness marketing automation and a CRM tool, and we create leverage in our marketing in that we can create sales funnels and lead acquisition systems that can go out there like a webinar or a case study, create content that pulls people in, which, is on autopilot, right? You're watching this episode potentially on YouTube or on Facebook. And if you follow the call to action at the end, you come into our system, right? I'm not having to be there manually to move you into that system. So by you creating systems and automating them for lead acquisition, aka, say advertising into a webinar funnel or advertising into a case study or a PDF blueprint, that's a system that you can automate that will allow you to then go on vacation and that system continues to run. Now, the lead nurture part, right? A lead comes in. Well, how do you now nurture them from lead into the sales process? There's going to be a series of follow-up campaigns. There's probably specific content that you want to share with new prospects that come in through your automated acquisition system, right? So we want to say certain things to those people, warm them up, prepare them for a sales conversation. So first, we remove ourselves from fulfillment, right? Set up the right system and the process so that we can replace the actual labor piece that we were doing with other people. Then we want to, second, create an acquisition and a nurture system that can be automated that allows us to capture and collect leads and start having a conversation with them, moving them into a sales conversation, right? Now, these two pieces will allow you to go on vacation. I don't even need to review the third and fourth piece. Do these and go take a week of vacation. You have permission to go take a week of vacation because here's the deal. While your business won't necessarily grow, meaning you won't close new deals from just having these two things in place, your clients will continue to be able to get results and you'll continue to be filling your pipeline with qualified prospects. So in this example, say I went on vacation for a week and say I am the primary salesperson. If leads are coming in, they would just be getting on my sales calendar and filling my pipeline for the week that I return. Now, is this an ideal long-term plan? No, you don't want to have people waiting a week just to talk to you to get into your pipeline, but it won't kill you, right? It won't break the business. And if you have the automated lead gen and nurture systems in place, you'll be able to be filling your pipeline so that you should be able to come back from vacation and have sales conversations and quickly turn that week off into you're energized, you're refreshed, and you come back and you start closing some new deals, right? So only these two, you are now in a position to actually go on that vacation. Now, let's take it to the next level. Now we start to automate your sales process. So you have to think back to one of our previous episodes, if you haven't. What does automation mean? Automation doesn't necessarily mean or always mean that it is technology that is doing the work. As long as you aren't doing it, it's automated, right? So by you replacing yourself from fulfillment and say you have one or two people that are actually doing the work, right? Say you're like a funnel building agency like we were, like we have someone building our clients' funnels and handling their automation while I'm on vacation, right? That person has allowed me to remove myself. Thus, that process has become automated, right? Now, there are ways to use automation to make each and every person's role in your business more efficient, but that's some advanced stuff we'll talk about in another episode. So when I talk about automating your sales process, it's really refining to one sales mechanism, right? How do you convert prospects into clients? And I think a lot of agencies don't have a repeatable process for sales. And so when our clients come to us, we help them create that one system that all of their lead generation and lead nurture go into one sales mechanism. And for many of our clients, that's selling over the phone. And for many of our clients, that is a consultation funnel or an appointment funnel, if that's the term that you're used to hearing. In the high ticket services and high ticket coaching and consulting, you've probably heard an appointment funnel. Well, the appointment engine or the consultation engine is going to be your key sales process. Now, there's ways to automate that so that people that are coming through your automated lead gen system will actually go into your automated sales system, queuing them up for the sales call the week you return from vacation. That's great. The next layer of automating your sales process is to remove yourself from that sales process. When you've refined your entire sales experience so that it can be communicated to somebody else in a playbook, you can then go hire someone to come in and help you with sales, right? You just need to plug that person into the seat that you were in and accepting and receiving the calls that have been generated from your automated lead generation and nurture system. Making sense? So phase one of that is just the automation that's queuing them up to be on your calendar when you return from the vacation. And the second piece is removing yourself from that process altogether. So remember when I said you only need steps 1 and step 2 to remove yourself for a week, possibly 2 weeks, and your business will continue to operate? Well, if you can remove yourself from the sales process, right, which is actually the fourth thing, remove yourself from the sales process, you can actually grow the business while you're on vacation, right? Because if you only replace yourself in fulfillment and you only automate lead gen and you only automate the sales process so that they're, getting warmed up for the sales call, but you still have to take the sales call. So if you really only go through steps 1 through 3 here that we've talked about, your business will continue to run while you're on this 1 or 2 week vacation, but it won't grow, meaning you won't get new clients, right? You won't have new sales conversations. You won't be able to accept transactions. Now, this does not cover the fact that if you sell online courses and your services and or products can be purchased without a salesperson. Most of our clients are selling higher valued services that range from $3,000 all the way up to $50,000, sometimes even $100,000 a year. So usually those conversations require a conversation. Those sales require a sales conversation. So I'm talking about the people that are closing with a human-to-human sales process, okay? I'm not talking about, the selling the course on autopilot. So those 3 things, if you do just steps 1 through 3, focus on 1 through 3, you have positioned yourself to go on that 1, possibly 2 week vacation where you can disconnect. Clients still get results. Your marketing still works. Your pipeline is being filled for when you return. When you add step 4, we'll go dark green with this because that's where you can actually remove yourself from a week or 2 weeks and the business can make more money. And if you haven't done these 4 things in your agency, any other things that you've been working on right now should literally not a priority, right? Because you focus on these 4 things and your business will start to work and operate without you being the key bottleneck across these 4 or 5 core functions of your business: lead gen, lead nurture, sales, fulfillment, and retention, resell, and upsell. So if you focus on just these 3 guys, you can go on that 1 or 2 week vacation. Your business won't blow up, right? Your clients will still get results. You'll have sales conversations coming in. You'll still be out there marketing because it's automated. And when then you can advance to the next level, removing yourself from the sales process, you really start making that first step into the kind of CEO role, so to speak, where you're focused on continuing to systemize, continuing to remove yourself. And you get to focus on the growth of your entire business, not actually being the person that is responsible for getting all of the clients the results, going out there doing the marketing, etc. So these are the 4 areas that you can focus on right now that will allow you to start taking that vacation that you deserve, especially if it's been 4 years, guys. Now, if you want help with these 4 things, there's a link below this video. You can learn a little bit more about our program called Foundations, where we walk you through a step-by-step blueprint and we give you the systems and help you implement them into your business to do these 4 things so that you can really start to position yourself to remove yourself and start bringing in other people, right? So Foundations is a program where we get to work on these 4 things with you, hand in hand, side by side, doing it together, implementing and rolling out these systems in your business. So if that sounds good, visit the link below and you can learn a little bit more and you can schedule a call with our team and we'll be happy to chat with you to talk about, is this a reality for you and how soon could this be possible in your business? So again, if you're looking for that help, just click that link below and schedule a call with our team. Otherwise, if you're enjoying these videos, if you're watching on YouTube, we'd love for you to subscribe. It really means a lot. We're approaching, at the time of the recording, we're approaching our 1,000th subscriber, and usually that's where the algorithm starts to pick up from everything that I hear. So we'd love to have you as a subscriber. We release 2 episodes every single week. And if you're the audio only kind of person, we're available on iTunes, Spotify, all of those places. So we would love a rating and review in iTunes. It means the world to us to hear how this content has been helpful for you. So head on over to iTunes and search Scalable or just search Greg Hickman. You know how to leave a review, guys. And we'd appreciate an honest review of the show. And until then, we'll talk to you guys next time. If I gave you 5 to 10 new clients, would you or your agency break? If so, your current agency model is broken. I struggled with this too until I found a better way. By adding online programs, training, and coaching to our agency, we doubled profits without adding more hours. If you want to work directly with me and my team to transform your agency, visit myscalablebusiness.com to learn more.